Cherished viewers, welcome to the second episode of the Quarterfinals Review Show. My name is Jacqueline Dubafo, your host once again. On today's show, we have Vanessa Bless Noji, also known as Nessa Baby, and Stephen Nibo. So both individuals are part of our team here, helping with publishing as well as help. Just before we start the review show, let me take this opportunity to acknowledge our sponsors. The 30th anniversary edition of the National Science and Maths Quiz is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Girl PLC and supported by Joy News, AT, Prudential Life Insurance Ghana, Pepsodent Toothpaste, Better Malt, Garnet, Coronation Insurance, Academic City University Ghana, Accra College of Medicine, Cowbell, Bell Beverages, GTP, Newmont Ghana, Africa World Airlines, and YFM. This is a prime time production. So, where do we start today? So many exciting events, upset, drama, of course.
Yes, a lot has happened today, and it's been exciting.
It's been exciting. So, Stephen, you were part of the 2017, I believe, team. OWAS managed to scrape through. What's your take on their performance today?
I think if you've been following contests from Oboko High School, you'll be surprised because at the end of round one, were leading with 15 points, which they were supposed to kill the contest at the end of round two, but they found or managed to make the contest a contest. So at the end of round four, it was very tight between OWAS and OT, and it took a large shadow for OWAS to pull through. It has happened on countless occasions. We are not really the ruthless type like Prempe or Presec, amongst others. So right from round one, right from go, round one, a gap, round two, they keep on increasing it till the last shadow. For us, taking back to just last year, with our semi-final contest, which we lost to Anita Adel College, during the round one, there was a point that we had 15 and they had 1. So we're supposed to win the contest, but they always find a way to make the contest difficult for them so that they just struggle. I don't know if it's something they really want. They don't like it if the contest is going so easy for them. But we are used to this, so we like the drama.
Absolutely. And Stephen, you've been part of, previous teams. Yeah. And of course, we can't omit the fact that we saw one of the teachers, slightly misbehave. Can you sort of, let the viewers know what is the roles and responsibility of the teachers and the coordinators as well?
I think sometimes when there are protests that can actually determine the outcome of the competition or the contest, because of the emotions and everything, people tend to do things that probably might regret later. I'm not really sure what he did was really intentional, but I think it was just because of the emotions. He let the emotions overcome him and he did what he did. So going forward, the teacher should be calm. There are consultants that if the quiz mistress is finding difficulties with any question or is kind of confused, she can call. The initiative or the motive of prime time is to have a fair contest. So there's no way someone would intentionally cheat your school. There's nothing a person will gain from that. So I think going on from now, teachers from respective schools should just relax and let the quiz mistress and the consultant, if necessary, moderate the contest. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah, because I think it's quite detrimental to the teams, and we've seen previously where certain schools have actually been deducted points because of misconduct from the actual teacher. So Nessa, I just wanted, you're part of the publishing team.
Yes.
Did any contest stood out for you today? What sort of summaries did you publish on our social media and websites today? If you can sort of, provide a bit of an insight to our viewers, that would be fantastic.
Today's contest has really been unexpected. it started pretty exciting. The first contest was just the room, you could feel the energy in the room. It was just all over the place. Then the second contest was a bit low. Then the last contest with Prempeh College was just the highlight of the day. So when you're writing something like that, you'd want the viewers or the readers to also feel that excitement. But so far, I think Prempeh College was the highlight of the day. If I'm not mistaken, they also won the AT award, right?
Yes.
So that they scored the highest so far today. And hopefully, I am really, really rooting for them to go meet St. Louis and then make it a bit, I'm not trying to be gender biased, but just create that rapport where they can, a man, woman, nothing. But so far, Prempeh College has been the highlight of the day, and they have really, really done well. Looking at the history of this, it's been 30 years, and no school has actually won it consistently or consecutively. It's always been back. Presec is the only school that has won it back to back.
Yeah.
But for 30 years, no school has actually won it, straightforward. This means that it's not something you can just predict. It can change. As he was saying, their school, they started at a certain point, they were all over the place, then they just dropped. You can't tell where it goes. So we just go with the flow like that.
Absolutely. And what we're going to have in the semi-finals will be Opokuware versus Pope John versus Prempeh College. Prempeh scored 57 points. I think so far they scored the highest for the semi-finals qualifiers. And also they've got one specific member on their team, the assassin. I think his name is Yabuatin or something like that. Do you think you have a chance in terms of Opokuware and of course Pope John as well? Let's not forget them.
Going by the facts of the competition and what we've witnessed, it's almost as if the two schools competing against Prempeh do not stand any chance of winning the semi-final contest. But this is the Science and Maths quiz where we've seen surprises over the years. So if you think your performance in a previous contest would really translate to a better or even same performance in the next contest, it's not really assured. Last year, we also saw this school struggle with Swejo Senior High School and Asin State's Senior High School at the quarterfinals. They won by just a point or two. So going into the semi-finals, everyone thought the competition would be between Opokuware and St. Augustine's, because this school wasn't impressive at all in their quarterfinal contest. Because meeting Swejo and Asin State and we struggle, then meeting Opokuware School and St. Augustine's, who are not new to the game and have been very consistent in the quiz. We all thought we were going to struggle. The competition would be just between the two. But realized that they started very slowly and found a way to win the contest. We don't really know how they won, but in the end, they won the contest. So your performance in your previous contest doesn't really matter in the next contest. But then again, that will take like something extraordinary to happen. But if you are going by the performances of the three schools, then it's obvious that Prempeh is most likely to win the contest and probably the best amongst the three. But once again, it's a contest. Anything can happen. This same Prempeh was beaten by Kumasi Anglican at the regional championship, which after Prempeh had beaten Anglican at the semi-final of the regional championship. And Anglican had the highest score, so they were in the finals. And in the finals, they beat Prempeh. And after that, I'm not sure Anglican beat Prempeh in any trial contest again. So in the finals, Prempeh made some mistakes which they had not made in their previous contest. And CAS won. So in the contest, anything can happen. But going by the facts, Prempeh is obviously the best among the three.
Right,
and to add to his point, when we look at the history, Prempeh is the only school that hasn't gone back to the prelims. It's always Presec that we thought was the best. They have actually been back to the prelims, but not Prempeh College. So I think I sort of agree with them in a way.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
are very strong, formidable opponents.
Yeah, they seem very strong. And also, if you look at their history, when they get to the final, I think they've lost only twice
Yes.
so far in the finals. When they get to the finals, they seems to produce the end results that is required.
Yes.
Stephen, I'm going to move on from you because if I ask you this question, you're probably going to give me your very biased opinion.
Okay.
So, Nessa, if you recall the Opokuware contest, at the last riddle, they had to answer 3 times. Do you think that was fair on the other schools?
Well, in my opinion, at the end of the day, the quiz mistress has to hear what you're saying. And it was basically about the tonation of the word. The D and T, they are like twins. Sometimes if it's not pronounced well, it might sound like something else. So if that was the main reason why she had to make them answer the same question 3 times. But if the sound is not too clear to her ears, of course, it might even go either in favor of them or against them. So she was doing what she thought was best, and we can't actually question her because she has to hear what you're saying. If you're saying it's a D or a T, and so she knows exactly what you're saying, you can't. But then the other schools were not pleased because if the correct answer was a D, and she's trying to let you repeat it and you realize it is a T, then it gives you an opportunity to change it, which might also go against the other schools. So it's a 50-50.
Absolutely. So it was, sort of, she needed to hear,
Yes, she needed to hear.
the answer because there was so much commotion and noise
Exactly.
Within the auditorium. Thanks for clarifying that. Whilst we're on UNESA, let's have a look at contest number 5, which sort of kind of similar to contest number 4. Not much difference between Pope John SHS, who scored 48 points, St. James's Sam SHS, who scored 42 points, only 5 points difference, and Abri Presby SHTS, who scored 20 points. How did it start, and how did it sort of progress to the end, considering Pope John and St. James kind of it seems to be neck to neck at this point?
So one thing I've noticed about this competition is as it progresses, the questions become tougher for the contestants. So at the beginning, when they were in the 1/8 stage, obviously the contestants they met were not as strong as other formidable opponents. But when they came together to meet these people, they realized, no, we have met our meter. And at the beginning, the first round went in favor of one. And then the second one, they had to just, balance back. But I would say Pope Jones, they really, really did surprise me because I wasn't anticipating them to do so well in the 4th round. But I think they really handled the round 4 very well, which made their points go high. And it was just it was practically close. So the other school, St. James, they are also really good. They did very well in the 1/8 stage. And for them to progress to the quarterfinals means that they are ready to try again next year. Who knows, they might bring in the same people or different people and change strategy. Because as I said earlier, as it progresses, the questions are a little difficult, and it takes more for them to get to the next stage.
Absolutely. So we've still got a few regional champions still in the quarters and semis. Of course, we've got 3 more quarters tomorrow. And let's not forget, there is the Girl Good Energy double champion. Who would you put your money on? So we still got Pope John, Presec, quite a few who are still part of that sort of award, who could potentially win the award.
I actually had a surprise from Presec during the 1/8. A lot of people have so much hope for Presec to even get 70. Keta is also meeting tomorrow, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So Keta scored 70 at the 1/8 stage, and Presec got 60. This I would definitely put my money on Keta because they have done impressively well. and for them to get 70 means that they have really prepared themselves and they are ready to beat their opponent. So Presec should really watch out because Keita, my money is on Keita. I don't know for him. Maybe
Yeah, so let me just repeat who is still in the running for the Goal Good Energy double champion. We've got Pope John. In fact, St. James, who gone out today, won for the Bron Ahafo Championship. Anglican, who is also out, was the Ashanti Regional Champion. Tamale Islamic School, Northern Region, but they are out. Presec, of course, Greater Accra, they're still in. Adisadel, Central out at the moment. Western Region, we had Ghana Sec Tech, who is also out. And, of course, Mauli. For Volta OT region. So they are also out. So actually, it's only 2 left.
3.
2, right? I think Presec Pope John.
And Ghana Secondary Technical School won the Western region, and they are meeting Presec in Accra.
That's correct, yeah. So there are 3 left. Presec, Ghana Secondary Tech, and Pope John. So, Stephen, who do you think may manage to win the double champion Goal Good Energy Award?
From these 3, it's Presec, no doubt. Presec is likely to win the Goal Double Champion Award. I think it's Presec because they will meet Accra Academy and GSTS. Accra Academy was supposed to be one of the best schools in the competition this year because last year they presented 2 Form 2 students who did very well at the 1/8, met Presec at the quarterfinals where they were just demolished and they didn't stand a chance against Form 3 Presec guys. And so they coming in this year, they're expected to do much better because even from the original championship, at the end of round 1, they had 13, Presec had 9. We haven't seen a school lead in the round 1 like above Presec in a contest in a very long time. They always start with a very huge margin kind of lead. Okay, so we expected much from them, not knowing Presec had a lot planned at the speed race. So, and from their previous 1/8 contest, they didn't really do well. They didn't really meet the big schools just to say, this will be their very first competition where they are going to meet schools who are also equally good. And from the performance they put at the 1/8, I'm sure they've worked on it. If they've worked on it, fine. If that's the same thing they're going to replicate at the quarterfinals, now I think there will be no match for the Presbyterian boys.
Absolutely. So Nessa, I've got a quick one for you for contest number 6, right? If you look at the difference compared to the first 2 contests we had, there is 24 points difference between Prempeh, who won, and the first runner-up, Mauli School. And of course, 27 points difference between Prempeh and Abetifi Presby. What do you think the other 2 schools didn't do so well against Prempeh? What kind of strategy do you think? You know what? They should have deployed X rather than Y. Let's try and solve some equations on this show.
What I see, as I said earlier, this science and maths, there's no strategy. You just have to come prepared. But I know they try their best to come prepared. But as it progresses, the questions are different. They're more difficult, they're more surprising. Some of the questions, I'm sure some of the contestants have probably never heard of it before. But Prempeh, it's not their first time, neither is it going to be their last time. So they've had back-to-back performance, they've won. So I'm sure Prempeh had that advantage of winning to know what it feels like to get to the finals. And these schools don't have that advantage. So that is one advantage Prempeh has over the 2 schools. They have won it before. The other schools haven't. I don't think they have even been to the finals. So Prempeh has. They know how it feels. They know the direction the questions often go to. So they prepare themselves, unlike the other schools. Then I'm sure by next year, they would also come back stronger and try their best.
Indeed.
But they really did well, even though their marks was not that encouraging, but they really did their best.
Absolutely. So, guys, we just need you to come back better and stronger
Yes, they
next
have
year.
to.
Let's now go into some predictions. So, tomorrow at the Sarah Men's Auditorium, we've got 3 contests starting at 9 a.m. The first one being Tamale SHS versus St. Augustine's College versus Cater SHTS. Stephen, give us some predictions.
I think the contest will be between St. Augustine's and Kita Senior High School. Tamale, after 2021, hasn't really been the Tamale that we all know. Tamale will win the regional championship with ease, but we also how Tamale struggled against Tamale Islamic Science Senior High School. So they are not really that good this year. And Kita lost the regional championship finals to Mauli Senior High School, who were kicked out of the competition today by Prempeh College. And look, from the 1-8, you could see that they really worked on a lot of things, because there are some mistakes that Kita would have made during the regional championship that they won't make now. And coming from the 1-8 with 70 points is something, the highest in the competition this year. And St. Augustine's College, as usual, one of the best in the central region, had their 1-8 with Ebri Girls and St. Peter's Senior High School, who really wanted to do a comeback. But they showed that they were the best amongst the 3 and they won. So amongst the 3, you might be tempted to think Kita will win because they had 70 points in the 1-8, but it might not be really so.
It's not going to be very easy for them.
But then I'll still choose Kita.
You still choose Cater.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephen. Nessa, next contest, Kumasi Sec Tech School, Yulo Krobo SHS, and Infansipim School.
Wow.
Where do you sit with this exciting?
You know, I would be tempted to choose Infansipim because of they are good, but Kumasi Sectec, that school is undermined, but they really proved themselves in the 1-8. They're really good. So Infansipim could be in for a surprise, and I'm hoping that to see that surprise. I'm hoping to see that surprise, to see Infansipim go down for Kumasi sector, you know.
Sectec, okay.
Yeah, because they are the landlords, and the landlords must at least get to the next stage. for them to
Absolutely,
enjoy.
and I'm pretty much sure they're going to entertain tomorrow with their home crowd.
Oh, yes.
Home crowd and support. And then the final one for the quarterfinals will be Ghana Sec Tech School, Accra Academy, and Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. I mean, there's going to be
I have
a
a
regional
feeling we're already-
champion derby between Presec
Yeah.
and Ghana Sec Tech. So, Stephen, give us a summarized, really quick one.
It's all
Because I'm being
because-
told we've only got like 2 minutes left.
I believe before every school comes into a contest, they actually consider the schools they are meeting, their weakness and their strength and all. That's a mistake my only did today. There's no way you'll be faster than Prempeh when it comes to the speed race. But many schools will raise their hand and be solving while singing the answer. But the Prempeh guys actually raise their pen, like they are done with solving the question and they have the answer ready. So if you try to fight with them over the speed race questions, you end up getting a lot of negatives. I think it's likely to happen tomorrow with Accra Academy and Presbyterian Boys. Honestly speaking, they are nowhere near, their Presec is far better than them when it comes to the speed race. For round 1, everyone has individual questions. So what you do with your question is up to you. But for the speed race, they should relax. If they can just pray that they get it wrong, so that they also have the chance to answer, to avoid getting a lot of negatives. Presbyterian Boys will win the contest.
Absolutely, it's going to be fire tomorrow,
And the
I
highest
very
score
much
of the
look.
day as well.
Yeah, I very much look
Oh,
forward.
you're so sure.
Yeah, and the highest score of the day as well.
Okay.
You're predicting there will be
Yeah.
higher score of the day. All right, cool.
I can't wait.
Yes, I very much look forward to tomorrow's contest. Thank you, Nessa and Stephen, for taking the time to be here. We hope you come back at some point, but unfortunately, guys, we have to leave. Let me remind you of, provide our gratitude to our sponsors. of the 30th anniversary of the National Science and Maths Quiz, which is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Education Service in partnership with Goal PLC and supported by Joy News AT, Prudential Life Insurance, Ghana, Pepsodent Toothpaste, Better Malt, Garnet, Coronation Insurance, Academic City University College, Accra College of Medicine, Cowbell, Bell Beverages, GTP, Newmont Ghana, Africa World Airlines, and YFM. And of course, this is a prime time production. My name is Jacqueline Dubafo, your host for today, and thank you so much for joining us, and see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye.